All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We are taking a look at the weed sector, looking at TLRY, HEXO, and ACB. Man, rough chart to say the least, right? Obviously, this gap down was horrible and definitely a lot of news related drop, but at this point, this is becoming some technical analysis stuff, right? And I say it often, the 8 moving average is no joke, all right? The goal was let's at least break it and maybe try to do some sort of recovery swing, but no, no, no. This thing is definitely saying, you know what, we're not ready to get over the 8 just yet. Looks like we're going to just go deeper and deeper into all-time lows. So definitely a little scary to see right here, okay? We'll get into the details shortly, but again, really quickly, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this thing with your friends. Look, comment good or bad. Anything you can do really does help with the YouTube algorithms, but for real, just being here and giving me your time is super, super appreciated, all right? So look, let's get into it. And I mean, a couple just really basic technical things, okay? And look, you know I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money, all right? I am not here to spread fear. I'm not here to do any of that stuff. All that said, there are a few things I say literally on any ticker, not just these weed stocks, right? But first and foremost, all-time lows is a black hole vortex, all right? It eats your money quickly and quickly and quickly and quickly. And as much as you can ask yourself, is it done? How much worse can it get? You find out how much worse it can get. And Tilly is in all-time lows. This right here, I'll draw it right here. This is the best green candle it's had in like the last little bit, obviously, right? And I draw a line basically at the bottom. Look, honestly, it's not perfect. And yeah, I'm not going to draw it on this green candle. This is a little bit better than this little whatever, right? So you can see once it loses it, it gets another little one, right? And I mean, again, I don't really care about perfect, right? That's good enough right there. That's actually pretty good. But yeah, it's just it's the 8 moving average is no joke, all right? And again, let me just say it wasn't that long ago, you know, I was so bullish and really optimistic that we would actually maybe break the 100 and run, right? So like those times are behind us. And now all I talk about again is just look, the 8's hard to break. 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 The 8 for a really long time can be hard to break. And I'm telling you, it seems like it's kind of starting to create another really long one, you know? So I'm worried here, right? And look, I know the RSI looks low. Believe me, I know that's really low. This right here is what I focus on more than just the RSI. You know what I mean? So just again, easier to see it on the weekly. Obviously, I just drew this line, right? But again, we are in all time. There is nothing but unknown darkness back here, right? We are just going into the black hole and seeing where the bottom might be. And I'm telling you, the last thing you want to ask is how much worse can it get? Because let's be honest. I mean, if the daily has any sort of like, you know, foreshadowing of what the weekly looks like, there's still a lot much like that MACD looks like it's still just getting ready to start going lower. You know what I mean? So as much as this look, volume looks like it's kind of picking up actually. And for the last 2 days at least, the last 2 weeks, it's been staying over the 50, right? It's at least going down a little bit, but I'll be honest, this is kind of telling me I think volume might pick up next week, stay over the 50, and next week might be really scary. I'm super worried here, okay? Be careful. And again, where I thought maybe we'd break the 8 and run to the 20, at this point, the goal is basically going to be fall far away from the 8, go back to the 8. Maybe a fall and then go back a little bit more violently like that. That's obviously a little bit. I don't think we're going to get over the 8 anytime soon on Tilly. So be careful one more time, to say the least, all right? HEXO should look like the Tilray chart, and that's basically what we're seeing, okay? I believe are we in all-time lows, or was there one more drop? I think that's it. I'll check on the weekly. I think it'll be a little bit easier. Sorry about that real quick. Let me just do it here. Yeah, we are. Okay, again, man, all-time lows is scary because you can see we lose it on Thursday. All right, this was my all-time low line. It wasn't based on this. I have to zoom out to find. It was based on this. Okay, we lose this line on Thursday, and then Friday confirms with an 8% day. Again, I know a single digit 8 looks really low. I think going back to Tilray, that's why I don't think the 18 is done yet. You know what I mean? And honestly, with HEXO on this almost 8.5, not even almost, exactly 8.5, I've seen 4s and 3s and 2s and 1s and 0 point stuff. Okay? Like, I'm worried, and I'm telling you, it seems like we've just slipped into all-time lows. And generally, I always say it, once it slips into all-time lows, it being any stock, I swear, I start thinking about losing 20% chunks. All right, we've basically lost the first 10. All right, we've lost a little bit more than 9 cents right there. Right, so in my head, there's another 9 cents to lose right here. All right, so be careful with HEXO. This makes me believe that Tilly's not done. And end of the day, the two charts should look the same for a bit because, again, this will become Tilly not too long from now, right? The goal essentially becomes, hopefully HEXO can do whatever needs to happen to make this seem like the better buy between the two based on how the conversion works. But end of the day, I'm staying away from both, right? Like, that's just... This is ugly, and again, I have to still say, I don't think the worst is over, despite the fact, like, we still haven't broken the 50 moving average on volume. I really think on Monday, this confirmation that we saw on Friday is going to make people feel a little more comfortable. This is going to go down. I really think we're going to lose the next 9 cents on Monday, if I had to guess, maybe Tuesday. I'm not here to wish the worst, you know that, right? Like, I'm a happy guy, right? Like, I want things to do well, but I'm not here to pretend, right? So I've said. Oh man, and again, there's not too much technical stuff I can say here. We've slipped all-time lows, and again, I showed you where that 91 cent came from. It was at the bottom of this big bad boy on December of last year. So rough, and again, I can't see why there'd be a recovery. I just can't. Oh, ACB, interesting here. All right. So this is what we were hoping Tilly would do, right? Basically loses it, breaks this, and actually makes a decent attempt to the 20. Look, obviously it didn't touch it, but it got as high as 56 out of a 57 target, right? So ACB actually did it, and so far it's been holding the 8 moving average, right? Like, 8's actually kind of doing its job. That said, I'm definitely still a little worried about this, but hey, it looks like the MACDs were kind of... This is not what I expected to see on ACB, all right? We are very much sitting at 50% candle, right? I think arguably a little bit higher than 50% too. So maybe there is actually a reason to believe that 56 might hit here, right? But I actually don't think I would enter it above 54. And from there, we're going from 54 to 56, which is, I mean, again, yeah, basically a 5% run if I had to guess, right? So, man, hold on. Let me see. Does that really what happened? It went from 50. No, that's not what happened. Sorry. I don't know what I just saw. I'm again surprised to see the 8 curving and the 8 holding, to see the MACD curving as well, and to actually see volume a little better than I expected it. That said, I think this RSI is kind of scaring me a bit, but man, interesting. I guess, look, end of the day, this is either going to go to 56 or it's going to lose 52, man. I don't know if we're going to see one more doji, because that's a doji, this is a doji. Man, interesting. What does the weekly look like? Not a good weekly, but This is interesting. MACD doesn't look bad. RSI doesn't look bad. Doji's almost at 50% candle. I'm curious to see if this thing runs up to 59. ACB might have a recovery here. I'll be honest. I think this is where I would want my like other indicator stacks just to like get more info. But man, this one's a little too close to call, I'll be honest, because this is iffy, this is iffy, this is iffy, this is bad, right? So, interesting. Look, do I think we're going to actually like break the 50 moving average? I don't just yet, but I'll be watching. I mean, I don't even know if I'll be watching. I think that might even be a lie, but I think I'll be excited to make next week's ACB video. I think that's an easy truth right there. But yeah, based on TLRY and HEXO, surprised to see this actually. So yeah, a little bit of a loss for words here. I'm curious to see how this plays out. And more than anything, hey, let me know what you think. All right. Otherwise, I appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you.